Good morning, everyone. Crystal Evans here from Windermere Services Mountain West. Today, I wanted to show you a little trick to help organize your database. Rather than going into each client individually, there is a quick way that you can organize your entire database and decide if somebody's going to be in your marketing sales flow, if they're going to be a buyer, if they're going to be a seller, or if you want to mark them as a collaborator. So that is our Categorize Wizard. I am on Engage under the People, My People section, and this is the dashboard here. Right underneath the Filters button, there is this Categorize Wizard button. So if you are working on organizing your database, I highly recommend going to the Categorize Wizard. It's going to save you a lot of time getting everybody in the appropriate sections of the sales flow. So when you pull up the Categorize Wizard, it's going to show you the first 6 people in your database that haven't been organized. And you'll see it'll ask you if they are a client or a non-client. If they're not a client, you're just going to select that option. It's then going to prompt you to choose if they are personal, collaborator, or if you want to remove them from Engage. Personal is like friends and family. Collaborator is somebody you work with, maybe a lender, home stager, someone like that. And then you have the remove from Engage option. This will not delete anybody from your account. It just simply hides them. So don't worry that you're going to delete anybody. That's not what will happen. So if I were to choose personal or collaborator, these people, when you mark them as either one of these, get taken out of the marketing section of your sales flow. So if you don't want to market to somebody, you can choose either personal or collaborator. This is an office, so I'm going to say collaborator. As soon as I click that, it's designated as collaborator, and I can go on to the next one. Now let's say that somebody I'm working with is a client. I'm going to select the client option. Oops, I clicked too many times. Let me try that again. This one. So we'll say they're a client. Then it's going to ask you, are you marketing to them, or do you know if they're already going to be a buyer or seller? So if it's somebody you're just going to market to, you're not quite sure where it's going to go, you're going to choose Create Marketing Plan. It'll then ask if they are a past client. Select the appropriate box. If not, just click none of these. And then you get the option to click Create Plan. So when you click Create Plan, what that does is it puts that person under the marketing section of your sales flow. And then you're going to start getting notifications to do things like put them on neighborhood news, set up listing announcements, any other things that you have in your marketing task list is what it's going to be prompted to do for that person. Now, if you had somebody that was going to be a buyer or seller, for example, I'm just going to say this one, for example, client, and we'll say they're going to be a seller. And then you'll notice it says moved to the prospect zone. So if I were to go in and just click on the name of that person, I will show you what happens. So at the top of the screen here, this is a little mini version of the sales flow. So that first person I put them in, they would have gone into marketing. But because I know that this person's going to be a seller, they are in the prospect category. And then you'll see a list of all these tasks that it tells you to complete when somebody's going to be a seller. So that's what the Categorize Wizard does. It just puts your people in the appropriate section of the sales flow. I'm just going to go back to that screen really quick. And I'll show you what happens when you put them into the marketing section. So let's say ProDev. We'll make them part of the marketing plan. Not a past client. Create plan. So now when I click on to the ProDev team, it's going to show me the tasks within the marketing section of my sales flow. And you absolutely can customize the tasks that show up for these people on each one of these sales lists. So you can see they're in marketing, set up neighborhood news, set up listing announcements, complete any additional subscriptions. So it's just giving you a list of things to do while you're marketing to that person. Hopefully, once you're done marketing to them, you will make them a prospect, and then it would move them into the buyer or seller section. I'll say they're a buyer, and then my tasks will change. So the Categorize Wizard is just a really fast way to go through and categorize all of your people. It's going to show you the first 6 people. Once you've gone through and done the appropriate options for these first 6 people, you can go down here and select Show Me More, and it'll show you 6 more people. And down here on the left, it shows you how many people you still have left to categorize. So really great tool to help you organize your database. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions. I hope you guys have a great week.